everyone, and welcome back on Adobe Live. We will be live for 3 days, and this time about lettering. So that's why we invited our friend again, Will Paterson.
It's good to be back, Michael. We love it. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, do some lettering.
And we will be live for 3 days, and we have 4 guests. Will will start the day. Yeah. Last time you did the night shift.
The night shift, yeah. The best shift. Now it's the morning shift.
So we are live from Paris. Yeah, let us know in the chat where you are from. And Will, you're from the
UK,
United Kingdom.
That's right, the best place on the planet, aside from Paris.
Used to be in Europe.
Used to be in Europe, then it got a bit messy.
But also we will welcome, after Will, Martina Flor, who is based in Berlin. So she traveled to Paris today, actually. And then we'll welcome Cesar, who is an artist from the Netherlands, but he lives in Paris. And Charlotte Smith, who is an artist from France, but she lives in the Netherlands. Okay, so that's the beauty of this stream. So we try to gather the most talented artists about lettering from Europe. We have people from Macedonia. Hi, Errol. People from Moscow. Hi, Kira. Thanks for joining. Josephine from Sweden. Robzilla in the chat. And we have Sarah from the US. Thanks for being a web. I mean, it's very early in the US.
Early,
yeah,
isn't it?
It's great. And so maybe what we could start. We could start by showing your website so people will understand who you are. So maybe if you want to introduce yourself.
Sure, yeah. So I'm Will Paterson. I'm a lettering artist, but I also create videos on YouTube about design, logo design, and vlogs and certain things about the creative industry. My website is just there. It's just for showing my portfolio, my different projects. That's about it, really. Yeah, I make a lot of nice things. I love lettering, and it's good.
It's good. And the idea of Adobe Live is really for you to understand how these artists work. And Will be live for 3 days, 2 hours. So 2 hours today, but make sure to be back tomorrow on adobelive.com and same time, and also on Thursday. Okay, so he will share a lot of techniques. Of course, we have the live chat. Make sure that you join the full experience on adobelive.com, and feel free to ask questions to Will in the chat, he will be drawing and making some lettering. He will be happy to answer all your questions. Okay, that's the goal of it. And we have people from Peru. I mean, Daniel Gonzalez from Peru. I mean, it's awesome.
Wow.
And Alwin from Zimbabwe. Yeah, I feel that all the continents are in the chat today. So that's great. And Ghazi is really waiting for the live lettering. Yeah, okay, let's start. And Idir from Morocco. Okay, so thanks for joining people who are live. And today is Tuesday, January 10th. 10th. If you are watching the replay, I mean, not now, but maybe in a few days, you might watch the replay, because all the replays will be available on the Creative Cloud YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. There is a subscribe button below the player. And so if you join the replay, bad for you, you won't access the chat, but make sure to check adobelive.com, because we will be live, and that's an announcement.
That's right.
On Adobe Live every 2 weeks, okay, twice a month. So I can tell you that within 2 weeks, we will be live from San Francisco with Photoshop Masters.
Wow.
All about Photoshop compositing. It would be awesome. So what do you want to...
what do I want to do first?
Do today, maybe explain your process, what you will be working on.
Yeah, sure. So at the minute, I'm in Paris, so I've stayed in this proper nice hotel that these guys very kindly put me up in. It's really nice, and I can't remember the name of it, but there's a branch called Hotel Baltimore. Is that the way you say it? Baltimore? Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Hotel Baltimore. And I'm going to do some lettering all about that. So it's not a rebrand, but I'm going to treat it as if I'm designing their logo lettering, because that's what I do. I like to letter out logos and stuff like that. And we can make it look really nice and vintage and rustic and stuff like that. Put it onto Instagram afterwards, and it'll all be really good. So I'll be doing it on my iPad Pro with me Apple Pencil, so it's not actual paper, but it just works just like paper, and it's a lot easier. I'll be using Adobe Sketch.
This time, my friend, we have a GoPro, so like the full experience,
We have a GoPro, so you can see.
Yeah, I will try to activate it, but yeah, you can start sketching something. Feel free to ask questions. And yeah, I'm just checking the chat. You can start. Any warm-up exercise is asking count 0. Maybe you can explain also how you warm up.
I warm up just by, I guess I do a lot of this sort of stuff, just draw circles. Sounds really strange, but on the iPad, you're not really wasting paper or anything. But if you're just like, I think the hardest part for me when I'm drawing is creating nice smooth lines. And if I can quickly draw a circle, a perfect one with a few strokes, then it helps with my warming up. And it's all about muscle memory as well. So if you have like good muscle memory, or if you keep practicing, your muscle memory in your hands will make it much easier to just draw out what you see in your head. So that's basically what I do. But warming up for hand lettering is a bit different to calligraphy, because with calligraphy you need to really like warm up because you're using your hands for pressure and stuff. But if you're just drawing out, you can like just take it a bit slower if you need to. So I'm in Adobe Sketch at the minute. I'll be doing all this in Adobe Sketch.
Yeah, so this is Adobe Photoshop Sketch. Someone is asking, does it work on iPhone? Yes. So Adobe Photoshop Sketch is available on the iPad, the iPhone, and also on all Android devices. So not all, but like the most recent ones, I would say. So make sure to visit adobe.com. There is a Creative Cloud mobile apps section, and all the Creative Cloud mobile apps are free. And Rufus is typing, I'm sure, the link in the chat, because we have Rufus with us in the background.
Rufus, he's right there.
Everywhere. Okay, but, so you display a grid first, okay?
Yeah, so whenever I start lettering, it's always good to have a grid on, especially if you can't be bothered to draw out your lines. I mean, on paper, you can either use like dot grid paper or like this still this kind of like grid. But on the iPad, it makes it much easier, so I don't always have to get my ruler out, so I can quickly sketch things and keep things in place. Because with my lettering, it's all about making sure that everything's straight and also being like good with the time. So that's probably one of the good things about the iPad. You can just shove it in on a different layer. So I created that layer, which was a grid layer. I can turn it off and on. And then I create a layer above it, and I've already drawn out some ideas of what I wanted to do, just to make it a bit easier on myself. But I'm going to basically just show you what I'm doing. So Hotel Baltimore, I'm just going to write it up here just like I normally do. So I'm going to treat this as if like they're wanting me to maybe rebrand or just do something nice for them. Or like a little card. It won't go with their brand at all there at the minute. But I'm just going to write down the name so I don't misspell it. The amount of times that I misspell my name. Yeah, it's happened. I've done a full project, and like at the end I've sent it for first revisions, you know, and spelled something wrong. No. Yeah. So I always write at the top, and I'm always referring back to it. So Christopher Farlow is asking, how are you undoing your circles? Because you were drawing circles. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you can explain some gestures.
You can switch it to the.
Yeah. Let's look at the GoPro.
So. Yeah. When I'm drawing circles and stuff, or whatever, if it's one stroke, in Adobe Sketch you use 2 fingers and you swipe to the left.
Yeah.
But if I do a bunch of stuff like this, and then use 3 fingers, hold down, it'll take me the whole way through.
Yeah.
So
all the way through the history.
And zoom is pinch, but I just swipe to the left.
Nice.
I think that's it, is it? Unless
yeah. No, that's the most of it, yeah.
So, right, so I'm going to quickly just thumbnail this out on this layer again, just so I can get a little idea of the composition.
Yeah, I need to work, I just monitor it. We have Udistila asking which one is more accurate, the Apple Pencil or the Wacom Cintiq. So first, the main difference, between what you can do with the iPad Pro and the Cintiq is that with the iPad Pro you don't run the full apps, okay? You run the mobile apps. So Photoshop Sketch, Illustrator, Draw, which are like kind of subsets, of all the features you have in the Creative Cloud apps, but really to sketch, to draw, quickly draw anywhere at any time. And then at the end you can say send to Photoshop or send to Illustrator, and it will magically open the file on your desktop. When the Wacom Cintiq, runs on top of your operating system, Mac or Windows, so you can have the full apps. And in terms of precision, I think that they used to have the same level of pressures, but Wacom just updated their line of products, and now they have something like 8,000 levels of pressure, where the Apple Pencil might have maybe 2,000. So yeah, Wacom today is much more accurate, especially the new generation. But still, I mean, I will invite you to try the iPad Pro.
Yeah.
And actually, if you visit an Apple store anywhere and they have iPad Pro, that you just that you can try. All the Creative Cloud mobile apps are installed by default. So you can launch Photoshop Sketch and start drawing, and you will feel that it's very, very good.
Yeah.
And by the way, so we will be live on adobelive.com for 3 days with lettering artists. And we also invite you to share your art and to try lettering. So maybe you are already, familiar with lettering. Maybe you are not, and you want to try, try to follow what Will is doing or Martina will be doing. Some of the artists will start on paper. Okay, so you will see also the full process where they start on papers and then scan the paper sheets and then finish the work in Illustrator. So we invite you to try and share it on Twitter, adding the Adobe Live hashtag, okay? And the good thing is that for the artworks we really like, we will give away Creative Cloud subscriptions, and we will announce all the winners on Friday. So it gives you 3 days, really to try lettering, share your art on Twitter. You can share multiple stuff. You can just draw one letter, you can draw a word, a sentence. Just share it on Twitter and add the Adobe Live hashtag. And we will be happy also to review some entries with Will, if you want to share them.
Yeah, sure. I think the cool thing about lettering is that it's really hard to go wrong if you just have fun with it.
Hey, good morning, Camilio Adobe. Thanks for joining. Hi, Tracy Stevens. Thanks for joining. Is there a pencil for iPad Air? Okay, so it's a good question, Daisy, because it's true that with the iPad Pro and this new generation of iPads, you can use the iPad Pencil. For the previous generations of iPads, such as the iPad Air, you won't find a stylus by Apple, but there is another brand, such as Adonit, which provides very good stylus. Actually, Rob Generate is in the chat, he can talk about it. Yeah, I invite you to check the Adonit stylus for iPads, and it also works with Android tablets, by the way.
But if you're serious about, I think if you're serious with hello Siri, it just came on, didn't it? If you're serious about it, you'd get the iPad Pro, because it's worth the investment straight away if you're wanting to get better at drawing and it was something you're passionate about. It makes life a lot easier, like a lot quicker as well. For me anyway, it was worth it. So I'm just going ahead here and I'm just quickly thumbnailing this, but I think I've already chosen it really. I'm just spending a bit more time with it. So I've got a script thing up here.
Okay.
And it's going to be Paris kind of work.
Yeah, very, very classy. Okay. It's kind of letters.
Condensed sans serif.
Condensed sans serif.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's going to be like...
So we will cover a lot of typography concepts also.
Yeah.
Maybe you can share with us in the chat which is your favorite typeface.
Yeah.
It could be fun. Which is the typeface that you like these days?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Brandon Grotesque.
Oh yeah, Brandon Grotesque, which is on Typekit, by the way. What size of iPad Pro would you recommend for drawing? Charlotte, I would recommend the biggest one.
Yeah.
Seriously. I tried both, and I was a little bit disappointed by the smallest version, especially when you start drawing on the biggest version of the iPad Pro. It's very hard to go back to the smallest one. Super hard.
Because the biggest one is sort of like the same size as a sheet of A4 paper.
Yep.
And you need that room for your arm to move. And it is big, it is huge. But you get used to it. So I'm just mapping out my letter forms here. because we'll take this and onto a new layer, make it a lot better, and the hand-drawn aesthetic, and you'll see what I mean. I've got an idea for the end, but I keep screwing up the kerning of this T.
We still have people joining. Thanks for joining. So your favorite font? Okay, Paper's. I hope it's a joke. Gotham, yeah, still one of the best from this century, I guess. Times New Roman, always there for me. Yeah, I mean it's an old one. I mean Times New Roman. I think it's from the 20s.
Times New Roman isn't old.
Yeah, I think it's from the 20s when they rebranded Times Magazine or something like this. Lobster, no Stasio. Don't even try to get me upset. Don't even try, because they know I don't like lobster. Oh my god, we just lost Rufus. Hey Canada, Missouri. Oh, Jibril, thanks for joining. We have Jibril from Senegal. Beautiful country. I've been there once. The pink lake, pink sage lake. Wow. Beautiful memories from Senegal. Franklin Gothic, yeah, good suggestion, Daniel. It's actually it's also one of my favorite fonts. And we have someone called Naomi Paterson in the chat.
Is she in the chat?
Hey Naomi.
She's there.
Last time she was in Paris, it was great, but she couldn't make it this time. I hope you have fun. Fruity Girl, yeah, very good reference, Rihan. Yeah, it's one of the best by Adrian Fruitiger. Yeah, who passed away 2 years ago or last year. Iron Mike from France, nice. Portugal, yeah. It's definitely a worldwide stream, and stay tuned because we will give away an illustration created by Will in about 45 minutes. Okay, so I will explain you how you can get a chance to win an illustration created by Will. Actually, maybe this one.
Yeah.
We'll figure out. Yeah. So we will print it on paper, and it will be automatically shipped to your place. So stay with us. We will also give away Creative Cloud subscriptions. Whoa. What does it mean? Like the full year? Access to all the apps, Photoshop, Illustrator, like everything.
That is something that needs to happen.
And we have a King Solomon, which is someone important, in the history of human gods, human beings. So King Solomon is in the chat, and he's from Rwanda, from Kigali. Wow, nice. Thanks for joining.
That's like the coolest
Mercury,
name.
Mariana, I don't know the Mercury typeface. I will definitely check.
Mercury typeface.
And I have a friend calling me, so I have to tell you a story about this friend.
Okay.
He's always calling me, so he calls me maybe 20 times a year.
Okay.
Always when I am live.
Really? Just like by accident?
And he doesn't know, like he has no idea of... Always calling me when I'm live. Or the next use case is, I am in the US, I'm sleeping, I forgot to turn off my phone.
Oh, right.
He will call, like 4 a.m. Like that's every time. It's just crazy.
It could be any more unfortunate. Brilliant. So I'm just going ahead here with the sans serif is very easy to do once you learn it, but you just need to make sure that you overshoot, undershoot on different, like the O. If the guideline's here, I need to go further under, or a bit further under.
So Aulish is saying, I'm bad at controlling the pencil. Do you recommend me to get the iPad Pro? I guess he's talking about the pencil with paper, like the traditional one.
If you're bad at, I think it's just the same, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the same. It's just about practice, I would say.
Just practice. I mean, if you've got enough money to spend on an iPad Pro and you wouldn't feel bad if you didn't use your Apple Pencil, then I would get it. But at the same time, maybe it's best to learn on paper first, because that's what the iPad Pro is really for. It's for people that have learned on paper, because it's on paper just a bit more slidey. So it just feels the same and have the same control, but I'm able to manipulate it easier. So if I ruin this O, I can copy the whole thing again and paste it or manipulate it in certain ways. That's a good thing about the iPad, the fact that you can do that. And it's got pressure sensitivity and stuff. But if you want to learn to draw, just draw something every day.
And we have our friend Daisy. You're asking, do you have an Instagram account? Actually, what is it? Will Pat something?
Just Will Pat, just one P. There you go.
I think just this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will paste the link to Will Instagram account. Make sure to follow him on Instagram.
I upload every day or post every day, nearly every day, depending. Most of it's from my iPad, some of it's from the paper. And the trick with sans serif is to make sure everything's sort of the same, so consistent, which I'm not doing very well in certain bits here. But
so we have Christine in the chat saying that she tried the iPad Pro at the Apple store today.
Yeah.
And actually you were saying in your videos, because something important is that Will is on YouTube, but we will talk about it later. So you said that it was worth the money, and she agrees, and she almost stole the iPad. Man.
If I could condone it, I would. No, iPad Pros are like...
So LA Jean is asking, so you use a screen protector. Maybe you can tell us more about it.
Yeah, sure. So I just went on Amazon and bought the cheapest matte screen protector. It's not shiny. It's like it's anti-shiny, if that's a word. It's just matte. So basically when it's a matte, the pencil has a bit more tooth to it. So it feels a bit easier to control on the screen. And also your hand glides around the screen a bit more. It doesn't get stuck like on glass. So it stops feeling like glass and starts to feel like a Cintiq sometimes.
Yeah. It looks like a Cintiq screen, actually.
Yeah, and I just change my screen protector every few weeks, and it's all good. But one thing that does happen is your pencil gets filed down with the matte screen protector a bit quicker, so you have to keep buying little nibs off Apple.
So we have Yudi in the chat saying that he didn't realize that he was already following you on Instagram.
Oh, cool.
So, you're amazing, bro. You say,
oh,
amazing, bro.
Bro.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bruh.
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 And now you have some personal messages. Nico is asking, hey, Will, did you get my email? Greets.
Sorry, Nico, I might have done, but it's just, it's difficult to answer them all. It depends when you sent it, but if it's one that you sent...
maybe you should send it again, just in case.
Yeah, because during Christmas I didn't look.
Hey, Morocco, thanks for joining. So, yeah. And good question, Rufus.
What's the question?
I will work on it. Let's just keep in touch with the winners, and we will share the link later. No, actually, we can share the link tomorrow. That's what I mean. We just need to be in touch with them. Yeah, I need to work on this checklist, for streams, because there are so many things to prepare. I always forget one thing.
So always
now we just identified what I forgot, but it's not very critical.
No, that's okay then.
Hey, Palindrome from Berlin, thanks for joining. We will be with Martina Floor in 90 minutes, because you need to understand that on adobelive.com we will be live for 8 hours today with 4 different guests.
Yes.
And
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of lettering. Same tomorrow and same on Thursday. And if you are joining on YouTube, we invite you to get the full experience. Just visit adobelive.com, so you will have the seamless transitions between the stream. And we'll also invite you to subscribe to the Creative Cloud channel. And if you go on YouTube, there is when you subscribe to a channel, there is a ring bell or a bell icon. And if you click on it, you can enable notifications. So it's very useful because you can say, I want to be notified when Adobe is live. So next time we'll be live, you just receive an email or a notification on your smartphone. It's super convenient. Hey, Jan Eric, thanks for joining. Mercedes is asking, how do you make the background a grid? It's one of the settings. It's in the settings of the app. The grid.
This one, I just put a picture in. So
you have a picture.
Yeah, so you just type on Google, or you go into this different website. I think it's like iPad lettering, and you just type in iPad grid or dot grid or whatever, and you just get it, and it's a JPEG. No, it's a PNG.
That you can add.
There is as well.
Yeah. Like graph, and you.
Oh, what's it?
Yeah, you just choose the.
I'll just do that. I'll just do this one.
So yeah, it's easier. But this is something we added after, so maybe you missed it.
I think I've missed that one.
But that's good. I mean, you can also, of course, add an image in the background as a reference. It's also a very good.
Yeah, that's
practice.
another thing about the iPad is you have reference images as well.
Yeah.
So you can letter on stuff. If you're going to do a wall mural, you'll take a picture of the wall, and then letter on your iPad on the wall, and then you can see what it looks like before you start.
We have a good question by Nikki, who's asking,
Sure.
did you measure out to make sure that Baltimore, the word, fits on the page?
I did beforehand. Is that right? Baltimore.
Yeah. Did you?
I did beforehand. I came like early here.
Oh yeah, you just tried before just to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what you do is, especially on the iPad, you can move it. So I can select anything on here and move it. But on paper, when you're using paper, it's important to thumbnail things correctly. And by thumbnails, I mean creating, and I'll show you just down here, like creating these little boxes. That's not the best color. Create these little boxes like that, and doing the work inside it. So this box is going to become your paper. So you just get a hotel, and you realize that Baltimore is going to be massive. So you just do that and draw very lightly, because when you are lettering, half of it is rubbing it out, like erasing it.
So Will is using Adobe Photoshop Sketch on the iPad, and someone is asking, where is it? It was Count Zero asking, so why is he using the pen and not directly a brush? It's because he's sketching on the iPad first, and then he will send it to Illustrator or Photoshop. I don't know which one you will use today.
Illustrator.
In Illustrator.
Yeah.
To use the pen tool and create the vectors. So you will see the full process today, which is a very classic process where a lot of lettering artists are still using paper and then switch to Illustrator, where Will is already using the iPad Pro. But you will see with Martina Flor, you will see with the Caesar later today that they are using paper. So you will see a lot of techniques over the 3 days.
Yeah, it's basically when you use your iPad, you eliminate the scanner.
There was a question too about the upcoming live stream. Someone was asking about the next guest. So within 2 weeks, we will be back on Adobe Live. This time we will be live from San Francisco with US artists, and the theme will be Photoshop compositing. So how to combine pictures to create a new one using Photoshop. And we will have with us Victoria Seymour, who is a photographer from New York, and she actually designed the Adobe Max logo. If you remember the Adobe Max logo with the pictures of building and San Diego and the reversed letters. There will be also Mike Campau, who is one of the artists who did this campaign, Make a Masterpiece, where they had to reproduce a lost painting. And he's very, very good at Photoshop. There will be also Corey Barker, who is a Photoshop master, and he will introduce us to a new application named Project Felix, which lets you include 3D elements on top of a picture and make it look realistic. And Elisa Swopes, who is another photographer from New York also, I think, or Brooklyn maybe. So yeah, it will be all about Photoshop within 2 weeks. So make sure to be back on adobelive.com, and the best way to be notified today, just subscribe to the Creative Cloud YouTube channel and go to the notification settings on YouTube to receive a notification every time we go live. Okay, light subscriber, recommendation for lettering programs with the Surface Pro 4. I would say Photoshop CC and Illustrator CC directly. Yeah, and if you just joined, we invite you to share your lettering. So if you want to try lettering using Photoshop, Illustrator, or if you have Photoshop Sketch on a tablet, just design, maybe it could be one letter, it could be one word, it could be one sentence, and share it with us on Twitter, adding the Adobe Live hashtag. So if you go on Adobe Live, there is a contest tab on the right where we explain how you can proceed, because on Friday we will announce 10 winners who will receive a Creative Cloud subscription. So it's also for you a good way to get a chance to win a Creative Cloud subscription. And talking about giveaways, within 30 minutes we will give away an illustration that we will by wheel that we will print and ship it to your place. Ship it.
Just ship it. Just trying to work out what I'm doing here with this one.
And after this stream, I will add a contest Nightbot comment. So we just have to type a contest and it will display the rules. So this tutorial, yes, will be available on YouTube for future references. Yes, Thomas, it will be available on the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel. Yes. Actually, 10 minutes after the end of the live. So it's super fast with YouTube.
Yeah, it's automatic, isn't it?
Hello IM is asking how can you show how to move elements in this application, like moving layers?
Sure. So if the safest bet is to use a new layer for each word.
Yeah.
So you can move them around. I kept on forgetting, so I had to duplicate it and make it its own layer. So basically this layer that I'm turning off and on is Baltimore. But if you just hold down or just tap on your layer, go to transform, and you can do this. And you can do that.
Yeah, you can scale, you can rotate, all the transformational tools. But today, as you said, it's per layer. Okay, so yeah.
Per layer.
Plan your design in advance, because you could create one layer per character, for instance. But you are limited to 20 layers with Photoshop Sketch. So
yeah,
it's better to plan everything in advance.
Because just have fun with it. As long as you can't really go wrong in Photoshop Sketch, it just if you do something wrong, just rub it out or go over it again. I'm drawing this Paris bit a bit too big.
So Armageddon videos, yeah, good point. If you are already a Creative Cloud member and if you win, a Creative Cloud subscription because you share your lettering on Twitter, then it will add 12 months to your current subscription. So you will get 1 year for free. So let's say your subscription end in, I don't know, June 2017. It will extend it to June 2018. Good question. Thanks for asking.
It's good to know.
Very good point.
So the S is the hardest letter form for me, and I think a lot of other people.
The S. Yeah.
Oh, it's annoying.
It's the snake.
I've got a
lettering snake.
So the way I do it is I just draw out the normal S.
Okay.
Like so, and then I create these two little bits here. These are I'm going to keep the angle the same.
Okay.
And I sort of just map it out if I can, but it normally takes a few goes because I know that I want to get it sort of directly.
And as you're working on the S, we have a question by Hannah.
Yeah.
Asking, Will, what is the largest lettering project you have ever completed?
In what context do you reckon? Is it largest as in?
Let's do both, like largest and maybe the one who took the longest time.
The largest. Oh, I'm not even too sure. It's probably my chalkboard.
Yeah, that we can see in your videos.
Yeah, so I've got on my videos on my Christmas one, I did a Christmas chalkboard lettering video, and it was a huge chalkboard, and I basically just like mapped out what I wanted to do on here, and then just transferred it over to the chalkboard, and that was the biggest. But I was a fan of chalk until then, just because chalk was it seemed a lot of fun, but I realised then it's very messy. And biggest that took the longest amount of time is probably one that I made from a lyric of a song from a band that I like called Beings in Ocean. And it was talking about, if you go on my Instagram, you'll find it. It's a huge one. It's really long. But it's talking about like child trafficking and stuff like that in different countries. And it's a really cool song. I like it. So I let it out there. Lyrics to it. And it was a big, long stretch of lyric. So that's mine. So now I need to transform this. Oh, poo. I used the wrong layer, you see. So now I've got Baltimore and Riss.
And we have another good question by Yuji. Do you have your own typeface? Have you ever created your own?
I have, yeah. I've got two. So I've got one on my website called Woodland, which is a sans serif, vintagey kind of one. And I've also got, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Revelation Script or something like that. And it's
with the swashes and no.
It might be, yeah. It's a monoline.
Yeah.
My monoline one, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I've got a monoline one there as well. So those are my two fonts. I'm actually creating a third one, but it takes a long time, longer than it's ever expected. So.
And for those of you who don't know Will, he's very active on YouTube. So he has a big YouTube channel which is all about graphic design and lettering and the industry of graphic design, in general. So make sure to find him on YouTube. It's quite easy. I mean, you search for YouTube, Will Paterson. What's the name of your channel? It's a Break Design something? Or
Break Designs Co. But it's just
Put it in the chat.
it's just a title, so
yeah.
it's very easy to find.
Need to get rid of that old name.
You are your own brand now, Will.
That's right. I think they gave me an opportunity to change it, and then I said, "Oh, this is great." And then I went to go change my URL to my name. It turns out I pressed OK too quickly, so it just kept the old one. Right. So I'm just trying to work out where my stuff is now.
So Morgan is asking, will Photoshop Sketch be a PC app at any time soon? No, but you might see some features from Photoshop Sketch or Illustrator Draw in the classic desktop apps such as Photoshop or Illustrator. This is something that already started actually in Illustrator CC. If you have a touch screen, like if you run Illustrator on Surface Pro, you have tools such as the ruler or the French curves that appeared first in the mobile apps and now are available in the desktop apps. But we don't plan to do another Photoshop when you already have Photoshop. The brush he's using now is so just using the Apple Pencil and
The eraser.
And the eraser and the classic graphite pen that you find. It's the first one if you open Photoshop Sketch.
Yes, I'm using all the stuff that's on here already, just to make it easy for everyone to see.
Yazan is asking, can anyone be a creative graphic designer?
Yes.
Yes, as anyone can become an astronaut.
That's right, as long as you
work,
do it. Yeah, work hard.
Passion, work.
And
anyone can become the president of the United States.
That's right. If you have loads of money, then definitely. But always helps. But no, it's the same with anything. Like, if you want to do something, go and do it. That's what I did anyway. Okay. Now I'm just messing around with it, transforming it, and we're going to be.
And I will start, checking Twitter. If you want to share your art, your lettering, your first, even a first sketch, just share it on Twitter with us and add the Adobe Live hashtag. We'd be happy to do some live reviews with Will.
Yeah, go for it. That'll be cool. So I'm just moving around these to make sure they're sort of centered.
Actually, we just review a few projects, you know, so
Yeah, sure.
so our friends can understand how it works. This first. Okay. So we have, so we invite you to share, you know, some lettering that you maybe did in the past or you are doing, maybe watching Will, and share it on Twitter, adding this. Adobe Live hashtag, okay? This. Okay, so we have Sekenicola. Sekenicola doesn't display where you're from. So this is something he did in Illustrator in the past. I mean,
It's really nice.
yeah.
I like it. It's nice and chunky.
Yeah.
Chunky. I like the A. Is that an A? Yeah, it is. I would just say fix the A as in like yeah. So
It has
together.
to, it has to go back here, you mean?
yeah, I
To
would do
close
that.
it here.
Just because otherwise it sort of, if the R wasn't there, it would kind
could
of
be like
look
a C
a C or a G.
Or G.
Because if you took the R out, I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
it would look amazing when it says gin. Like it would say gin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
But
Gin-
like it's really
gin
nice.
tonic. Here.
Yeah, I love the shadow as well. It's cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really nice.
Good job, Seke. So hopefully you will create more during the stream. Robin.
Wow.
So Robin is more an artist, you know, more.
Sure. What? How has he
It's
done?
very
that?
abstract. So I would say it's a B. I see a B. What do you see?
I see pebbles from here, but I don't. Is it a letter?
Maybe it's an abstract letter. I think, yeah.
I think it's really cool though. Since you got all the drop shadows and stuff, I could look at that for a while. I think because I was looking at it from an angle, it was getting me like.
And
Einstein, is it?
then T, yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, goes. You see, there is something written here. It goes.
So it goes.
Goes. So it goes. So it goes.
Yeah.
So it goes. E.
No, that's really clever. That I couldn't tell at first, but that was really cool. Unless you've done that and it's been an absolute fluke, and you've just gone ahead and like just been trying to put the texture in there.
Oh god.
That's really cool.
We have more people sharing. Look at that. Whoa. Eric.
That's cool. That's from.
Nice. Wolf's Rule.
I love this type of stuff. Steve Bradbury, who's a lettering artist as well, he put out a tutorial because he and Ian have sort of like mashed up this tutorial together to make two best ones. So Ian was doing this one, and
So what's his name and then?
Ian Barnard.
Him and Steve.
Steve Bradbury, but I think he's called Steve Bradbury on YouTube. He's got amazing tutorials.
Very nice. And someone is working on something, Hannah,
Look at that.
with the lighthouse.
Superior.
Superior. Yeah.
That looks cool.
Yeah. Maybe you can work on some structure here.
Sure. What I do is, if you wanted to go pretty cool, either straighten it out so it's all straight, or add a shape so it's sort of like it wraps round this. I can't show you on here, but like it sort of wraps around the lighthouse bit, or you add a little shape there.
Have a dude.
Dude with thumb, man.
Dude. With some shadows.
What's that, dude? That's cool. I like that.
That's cool, yeah.
I like it. If you feather out the shadows, unless that's what you wanted to do, but it looks really cool. I like the dudiness of it, like the literal dudiness.
It's Alpha 1. So it's good to take some liberties with the shadows, but here I think it's on the other side, but that's fine.
I get so confused.
I guess.
Like, with all these shadow things, I get really
Eric
confused.
is also working on paper. I'm still learning. Okay, cool. I guess as he's watching the stream.
That's
And
amazing.
we have Luis also with a clipping mask. I can tell. And a nice signature. Yeah.
That's cool.
Nice.
I do like that. That's
Yeah, it's nice.
This is sort of like a new style of lettering, isn't it? It's I work very vintage style, so like.
Yeah, this one is more like, I would say,
Skater
something you
style.
could see in the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm very niche with my work, I guess.
Okay, let's go back to your iPad. But thanks everyone for sharing. It's super cool.
You have to
Really
check
appreciate
some
it. Keep sharing your art for 3 days. We will review more and we will give away Creative Cloud subscriptions to the project we really like and announce all the winners on Friday.
It's going to be good. I can't wait. So I've got a picture on my phone. So I stuck my head out of the hotel room, and I like this sort of like pattern that I saw on these rails.
Oh, you want to show it on the GoPro maybe?
Yeah, sure. So I was staring into someone
check
else's room.
Yeah.
And the pattern on the rails, can you see them?
Yeah.
They're all over Paris and stuff like that. And it gives a really cool look. So I'm going to go and try and do something like that.
Okay.
I'm not too sure how well it works. If not, it'll be a simple border.
And yeah, I saw that Evil series. Apparently we missed you last year. I remember you winning. So feel free to contact me again on Twitter because you should have received everything. Yes.
And I'm just gonna check this other picture out as well.
So Christine, to be part of the contest, you can just do some lettering and share it with us. Yeah. There's no special rule. The only thing is that you have to share it on Twitter and add the Adobe Live hashtag. Another very easier way, I don't know what are the odds, but to win a Creative Cloud subscription is to stay with us, because at some point during the show we will give away a Creative Cloud subscription to someone in the chat.
That's right. So I'm trying to work out which.
Someone says art of devotion. Oh yeah, they are talking about the background. Yeah. So this is something you did, right?
Yeah, so I used a ruling pen, which is kind of like this tool that drafters use. But I dip it in ink and I put it on the paper and I make a mess, and that's basically what it is. I think it's coming up on your laptop.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it was fun to do. Very fun. So I'm just trying to like work out if I can do a flourish that I want to do.
Christine is getting very excited in the chat. Yeah, I have a lot of friends, Christine, from France, who are calling me during the live. That's the...
Let's have a look.
And thanks for sharing your art on Twitter. Yeah, we will review more with Will, maybe in 30 minutes. Hi, we have people joining from Ukraine. Thanks for joining.
Ukraine, no way. So I'm just going to do it for the normal thing here.
Someone says that you should check the old metro, you know.
The metro.
Entries, you know, in Paris.
Right.
Some of them are very old also with Art Nouveau, with all the swashes and everything. So you will get the style you were mentioning with the
That's it. It's just
with
difficult.
the windows.
Like, it takes a lot of time to like, because I want to do a flourish and stuff, which I probably will do in Illustrator when I get to it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill it in before I go into Illustrator. How long do I have left?
You have about 1 hour.
1 hour. Brilliant. That's great. So
yeah, we'll be live for a little bit more than 1 hour with Will, and then we will welcome Martina Flor, who is one of the lettering master in Europe. She's based in Berlin now, but she's from Argentina. And then we will welcome an artist who is based in France now. His name is Cesar, and Charlotte Smith will be joining us for the night shift.
the night shift.
You used to do the night shift.
I used to do the night shift, and then I don't. That's just the way it rolls.
Oh, and we have Camilo from Bogota in Colombia. Nice. So with Martina, yeah, we might say some words in Spanish, actually. Martina Lefleur, no. Oh, Leo from Limoges. I've been many times to Limoges. They used to have a big web design conference there called the WIF.
The Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi. Do you have the Wi-Fi in your room?
I do, it's great. The Wi-Fi.
Hey, Dennis, he's using an iPad Pro with Photoshop Sketch. He's filling the shapes and then he will do send to Illustrator. It will pop up in Illustrator on his Mac and he will create the vectors, which is also very fascinating and which requires a lot of practice too. Do you use your trackpad, by the way, with Illustrator, or do you need a mouse? I have a mouse for you if you want.
I'll probably use a mouse or a tablet if that's alright.
Oh, yeah.
I normally use a graphics tablet for it.
Oh, okay.
But if
There was one
right.
for you if you want.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. So what I'll do is, with this, I'm going to image trace this part here. And then with the hotel, I'm going to show you how I go about making it look very good.
Sky Gray Designs is asking, so will you make it with an aged look, like vintage?
Yes, it's going to be like, yeah, it's just going to be a vintage look, but not super vintage, just kind of like
A little bit rusty. Not
a little bit rusty, but it's just going to be, the way that I'm planning it is like, black and gold.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just something that's in my head, and it's something that I wanted to do when I came in, just because of the hotel.
And Dennis, actually, I think all our guests today will work on a Mac, but that would be exactly the same process and the same tools on Windows.
Yeah.
So David is asking a good question.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, David, I know you asked it earlier, but I forgot to repeat your question. So thanks for asking again, and don't hesitate to repeat your question if I miss some, because we have a lot of activity in the chat. So he's asking, so you created your own typefaces, handwritten typefaces. So which program did you use to do that?
Glyphs.
Glyphs.
So there's
which is a professional tool.
Yeah, it's
right?
There's a mini version and there's
the
bigger version. So I got the bigger version, so now I have to justify getting it. So because it's expensive for the bigger version, it's like $300, but then the mini version is like $30.
Okay.
Or something like that, or $50.
And you don't plan to make a lot of money by selling the font. So
I think
if you start like making good business with the font, then you can invest, I guess, in the
that's it.
professional
Yeah.
version. Yeah.
Like when you start getting good at it, I guess, because you can do everything. It's just small little things. It's kind of strange, really. You learn the foundations within the small ones. So that's the first thing to learn, is that app first, and then once you start needing it, the other one, you get that.
Christopher, you want to share your lettering with the graffiti? I mean, why not? Yeah. Please share on Twitter. The hashtag is Adobe Live. If you are watching us on YouTube, we invite you to watch us on adobelive.com. This is where you will get the full experience. You will access the full schedule. You can add some shows to your calendar. I mean, you will get a better experience on Adobe Live. Oh, Dennis, a device that looks like an iPad Pro. I would say in the Microsoft world, it would be the Surface Pro 4. And then you can directly launch Photoshop CC, like access all the brushes, everything. So now actually, in Photoshop Sketch on the iPad, you can now use Photoshop brushes.
Yeah, you can use your own brushes. It's cool. You can import them in from
the libraries. Yeah.
It's clever, isn't it? You showed us the bacon one. Mm-hmm. That bacon brush.
Oh, the bacon one, yeah.
Yeah.
Very useful.
So I'm just using the ruler to this one.
And Transylvania is asking you, Will, what are the most common mistakes new font designers make?
New font designers? I'm not too sure. I think it's just because I'm a new font designer myself. I'm more of a hand lettering artist, so it's kind of like font design is a completely different animal, I think, because you've got so much more to think about. You can't mess around with the word or the letters too much. They have to work in whatever way, you know. So
work on the kerning for each case. Also pay attention to all the international characters, all the accents.
Sure, so you have to do that and the punctuation and everything else as well. So it's
so like if you want to create a professional typeface and the kind of typefaces that you find on typekit.com, for instance, it represents between 2 or 3 years of work, actually. Because once you design each character, you have to set all the spaces, between each combination. So the M with the M, this space, the M with the N, this space, M with the O, this space. Like small caps, all caps, regular. You have to design italic. You have to design all the families, the weight, like ultra bold or ultra black or light. So it takes a lot of time. That's why it's something that you have to license. It's a lot of work.
And there's if you don't want to create a professional one though, you can just do your own hand lettered one. I see a lot of people doing them. I think if you go onto YouTube, there are tutorials of people doing it. But generally, if you're going to sell your font, you've got to have like good things with it. It's got to work for everyone, especially if you're selling it.
So Dan is asking what are the specs of your iPad Pro. So this is the biggest one, and
the biggest one. I think it's got the most memory as well. Actually, no, it might be
memory.
I think
it doesn't. I mean, it's more if you want to watch videos.
Sure.
Like for lettering, it doesn't.
It depends if you want to hold your lettering in the iPad without freaking out that you're going to fill it all up. But it's just more for other stuff, really. You don't need it.
And Junior is asking, or Junior, how did you develop your style? That now we can see in your YouTube videos, which is more like vintage.
I saw people working on theirs, and I just said I like that kind of style, which is like the vintage. And then over time, when you start, you're not really copying their work, but you're taking inspiration from their work. Like, this is a condensed font here, but it's not, I haven't stolen it from anywhere. It's just something that I've put out there. But I've liked someone's condensed font, and I thought I'm going to go with that. And my style developed over time in hand lettering just by practicing. It's important as well when you are doing lettering is to not have any inspiration up in front of you. Only when you're concepting the actual beforehand. Otherwise,
like a mood board.
Like a mood board, then you get it out the way, because then if you need to look at it again, then look at it, but get out of the way of it so you don't you're not being distracted by it or only using the mood board for stealing the ideas. Ideas should fall out of your head really onto the paper.
Thanks. Yazan is asking, so if I use typefaces like fonts, is it cheating in lettering? So Yazan, it depends on your project and what you have to do for your customer.
It's not really cheating, but it's like if a company wants you to do some lettering and you use fonts and you don't tell them that it's a font,
then
and if they specifically ask for hand lettering, I would say that it has to be hand lettered. But any typography,
or you can use typeface, but you have to tell your customer and make sure they license the font so they can use it everywhere. And now a lot of lettering commands or lettering artists are working for branded entities. So people or a shop is asking you, will I need a logo? Can you use a vintage style? Can you use hand lettering? And in this case, you have to, I guess, understand the culture of the company and find something like really handmade, and maybe sometimes show some proposals, some creative directions.
That's right. So if someone does ask me they want something, I generally just quickly sketch out a few ideas, I choose the best one and I tell them which one I think is the best, because a lot of the time they haven't got a clue what they want, which is fine.
And that's why they hire you.
That's it.
They trust your taste.
The actual problem is when they think they know.
Yeah.
Because then it's kind of like...
Then they use lobster.
Yeah, they use lobster, or they tell me to do stuff, and I don't blame them for it. But it's kind of like, I know you like your job. Well, I know you like your business and you're passionate about the logo design, but it's like telling a builder to build from the the top down. You're not telling me what I need to hear. So yeah, that's basically, I had to tell them which one's the best one, and then I keep warning them. But if they carry on like not wanting to take my advice, that's fine. It just means that the logo isn't going to look too great at the end.
And we have Lilith in the chat. Thanks for joining. Asking you if you have any book you would recommend about typography and lettering.
Any books? Yeah, well, quite a few. Hang on 2 seconds. I'll just change this. So, there's a logo type. No, what's called Lost Logos. Which is a cool book. It's on Amazon. I think you can get it. It's quite expensive, but it's pretty good because you get to see all these different handmade logo designs that you may have seen, and it talks a bit about it in the bottom of each page, like it captions it. But then you've also got, I can't remember the names of the books, but if you find old vintage hand letter books, like sign painting books or old vintage Spencerian calligraphy books, they go all into the details of like hand lettering, more so than some of the modern ones. But no, there are some really good modern hand lettering books. Just type it on Amazon and check out the reviews and give it a look. I normally just look online. When I was first starting, I just got out a piece of paper and I just went for it.
I have some good books also that I will bring tomorrow. So Lilith, if you come back tomorrow on the stream, I will show the books because they are here at the office, but I need to bring them. And also Martina Flor, who will be live with us in 1 hour, is a book author. So she also released a book about lettering to teach, It's just in German now, but the English version is coming, and Spanish too, I think.
Yeah, I was looking for that. But...
should be awesome. So we had a question by Elizabeth asking you, so what are you doing now with the letters? So you were sketching Baltimore and then you refined the strokes.
Sure, yeah. So I was sketching Baltimore and then you just go over it again and refine it. And it's just, I put a new layer on top, but it's kind of like using tracing paper. And then you just refine it. So you refine it so you can go ahead again with a brush like this and just go over it. And make it darker if you want to, and fill it in, because I'm going to put this into Illustrator and image trace it, so it's not going to look so clean, which is what I wanted to do. I'm just going to find a decent something like that.
So Transylvanian, there are a lot of settings asking, can you change the auto smoothing in Sketch?
That's me.
If you select and if you select a brush in Photoshop Sketch, there are a lot of settings where you can adjust, how it behaves. Yeah, thank you. Regarding the pressure, the size, the velocity. So
there you go, quite a few, haven't you? You get a little preview.
Okay, so you have about 50 minutes.
About
left.
50 minutes, that's great.
And as you are working on filling the shapes, we will do a giveaway. Yeah, so we will pick someone in the chat who will receive a printed illustration by Will. Okay, so I will ask you to type a keyword in the chat, and then we will ask Nightboat to pick someone, okay, who typed the keyword. So the keyword will be, okay, let's start with something simple. You need to type Paterson, okay, so Will last name. Okay, just type his last name. It's also a movie. I mean, I saw like your name everywhere in the streets of Paris. Didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, there was a movie. Like I saw a lot of posters.
No way.
Yeah, like Paterson everywhere.
Well, my name's popular.
So yeah, just type Paterson in the chat. This is Will's name. Yeah, this is coming. Here we go. They are all yelling your name. Paterson, Paterson.
Wow.
Now they will all remember your name.
You have to remember.
They will
my
dream.
name. I saw someone there with two
They
T's.
will wake up.
The two T's will not work.
No, two T's will not work.
Ah, yeah, be careful. There is a trick.
One T.
Okay, I give you 30 seconds, and then we will ask Nightboat to choose someone, and I will ask this person to contact Rufus in the chat and on Twitter. Rufus' nickname is Rufus D, so it's RUFUSD, such as Damien or Democracy.
What a word.
A lot of words with D. We'll stick to Democracy.
Yeah. So I'm just filling this in. And then I might
Okay, Nightboat. Oh, Pavel Podgorski, who was someone who was in the chat, I remember, in the previous Adobe live stream. Yes.
All right.
So
cool.
yeah, Pavel Podgorski, congratulations. Make sure to contact Rufus.
Well done. Congratulations.
It's Rufus D, right? Rufus? And stay with us because there will be a lot of giveaways all over the 3 days of live stream. We will still be live for 7 hours. Okay, in 1 hour we will welcome Martina Flor, and then Cesar, and then Charlotte Smith. And same tomorrow. So tomorrow you will work on another illustration, right?
Yeah, I will be. Yeah. So do something completely different.
Let's see if he will finish this one in time. Let's see.
I think I will. It's not going to take too
He
long.
looks very confident, but I don't think he can make it.
Ooh.
I don't think so.
I think. How long have we got left, actually?
Let me tell you. 45.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see.
I'm having to say that now. Yeah. I have to seem really confident.
Mimolet is asking, what is the ad music? Oh, okay. So actually, it's a very good question. Let me.
Is this the new music?
Okay. Because we are featured. Yeah. Thank you, Damon. Wow. He knows the guy who made the music. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, so we wanted to feature the music of Andrew Applepie during this stream. He's a great artist from Berlin, Europe. He makes great music, and he's the one we are using for the ad and also for the background music. So, yeah. Andrew Applepie, I hope you like it.
Let's get this. Oops.
Okay, and some people are sharing their lettering art on Twitter. It's a good point.
Oh, yeah.
So once you are done with this line, we can check Twitter, because I think that our friends shared a lot of lettering.
All right. Let's have a look.
Or you can.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah.
Whilst you find it,
I will let you know.
I will keep going.
Yeah, oh my god, you shared a lot.
They're showing a lot. No.
Oh my god. Okay, this is where we stopped.
Okay.
So let's switch back here. Yes, so let's start with the Mike J. And again, we invite you to share on Twitter your lettering. Even if you're a beginner, that's fine, you know.
Yeah.
just to share with the community, get some feedback, and it's always good. And our 10 favorite artworks will win a Creative Cloud subscription. I will announce the winners on Friday on my Twitter account. So, oh, Plan B.
That's it.
Does it ring a bell?
It does ring a bell, yeah. That's what I did last time, wasn't it? The
Yeah.
first thing I did, yeah.
But thanks for sharing the guides also, the structure. It's always interesting.
That's clever, yeah.
Yeah.
I like seeing the structure of things because
Yeah.
it helps people see how they've done it, the spacing in between and stuff.
Very good job, Mike. Maybe you can let us know in the chat what you used.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like super sharp. I guess it's in Illustrator here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a work using Comic Sans. Look at that.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, come on.
Oh.
Comic Sans, let's bring it back.
Let's bring some love. Mr. Hope by Peter.
Mr. Hope. I like the way you've put Mr. That's
Yeah.
cool. I like the H with the and the P.
I like also the ligature here between the P and the E. Kind of discreet.
Kind of heart.
Yeah.
If you look at it and squint your eyes. But it's
Yeah.
nice. I like that. It reads really
Yeah, a
well.
lot of good ideas. Yeah, good job, Peter.
And this, look at that.
Oh, fusiform design, show and tell. What is it? It looks like my bacon brush, but with a sausage. Right?
I think that's done
Is it 3D? I guess it's done with 3D.
in Illustrator.
Oh yeah, here. Illustrator, then Cinema 4D
Yeah,
to extrude the path,
you sure?
I guess, and then Photoshop to add some textures. Wow.
Wow. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's a big workflow here.
It's a lot of stuff to do, isn't it?
The global CT logo design. Okay, this is not really lettering, but thanks for sharing, Taser.
Yeah.
With a long shadow. And what is this? Is it pasta? Are you cooking something? No. Pacasa, what are you cooking? What is this?
I like it.
Pacasadilla. A pacasadilla.
That was done with Adobe Sketch. and
Embellish
Photoshop.
with Sketch and Photoshop, draw with pencil. Wow, nice.
That's cool.
Interesting. And Charlotte.
I like
Ooh,
this. I like that a lot.
That's dope. Oh, I like the.
Yeah, that
like
little
this.
piece. It's those bits that make it.
Yeah,
It's amazing, especially the drop shadows and stuff. That's cool.
nice. Even here, you see, there is a bump.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's clever, isn't it?
Yeah, just to
Nice.
make it a little bit,
It's nice
not
colour.
perfect. Ooh. Kat, you should really come back for a Caesar stream later. It would be in 3 hours.
Oh yes,
You
that's
will
cool.
really appreciate his style. I like the dash line, around. You want
cool.
to cut it out.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, nice work in Illustrator, I can tell. Grab stock, cool.
It's nice.
Doing graphic design, yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's clever.
Yeah.
Goes well with everything else.
Okay, very nice. Yeah, we have very good artists in the chat.
Look at this.
Le Seuton, this is French, I guess, made for a friend of mine.
Yeah,
With a musician from the Netherlands. Oh, okay, interesting.
it's cool. I like it.
Yeah. It's a little bit falling. A little bit.
Yeah, it looks like chocolate,
But yeah,
but I get
the
it.
texture is great. Oh, thank you, Yazan, for wishing Happy New Year. Thank you. With a lot of, with Donald Trump. Oh, I guess taking some main events and people from 2016.
Yeah.
And then we have Yup, cartoony style.
Yup. Brilliant. Oh, it's
Yeah,
really
with
nice.
the drops.
Yeah, the drips. I would add some the stroke to those drops and make them bigger.
Mhm.
Add them to the whole yup thing, and then it'll make it look nice.
Oh, Nico.
Will Doe be live?
Yeah, Naomi
No.
saying such awesome work. Yeah, I can tell. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, look at that.
Some of the work in here is amazing.
Maybe it's okay.
To process shot, maybe.
Yeah, good start. You know, I mean, this is how you start.
That's
lettering.
it. Just get a bit of paper out and go
Pick a
for it.
word. Yeah, try different points. Oh yeah, brush pen, I can tell.
Yeah. Cool texture.
Yeah. So this requires a lot of practice, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, to really master everything. First impression. Oh, yeah, so, okay, we will end this with this one because there are too many. This one is really great.
So,
Hello, I'm Flo. Nice to meet you, Flo. It's made in Illustrator CC from a sketch. Actually, this is exactly what we will see now, but yeah.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
I like it. I like that a lot. It flows really well.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm going to get on with this because
so good.
I'm going to run out
Yeah,
of time.
it's running out of time.
I want to just do this because I want to show you.
Guillaume, we will refresh. Yeah, we will see more. Don't worry. I mean, we will review your entries over the 3 days. You can share them again if we miss something. Okay, but the goal is really, to create together over the 3 days and really to enjoy lettering with our guests who are professional lettering designers.
So...
A few more. There are so many you don't realize. Oh my god. You're just going on the page and starting showing stuff.
Yeah.
Now I have 16 more results.
Wow. People are loving it.
16, so yeah. And great stuff, I mean, yeah. Keep sharing. It's awesome. We should do a wall, like a gallery with all the entries. It would be awesome.
That's a clever idea.
Yeah, I should do a Behance project and put all the best entries.
Oh yeah.
With a link to your Twitter account. It will take me 7 days just to.
Well, so many.
Okay, Sokol is asking you, Will, what kind of calligraphy do you use? English handwriting? And would you recommend to learn any type of calligraphy script before starting doing lettering?
I think calligraphy is good to learn anyway before lettering. So having lettering whilst I think with lettering it's good because you can like draft anything out of it. But doing calligraphy I think gives you more control with your hands and also allows you to express the words in different ways. So it's always good to know calligraphy, but I think it's not necessary. You don't have to, but it's something that I fell into first, which was calligraphy. But then I realized, I could draw it out, and when I draw it out, it makes it easier sometimes. And plus, because when I do calligraphy, I'll be drawing it out anyway again to refine it. So it's not necessary, but it's a good thing to have.
Michal is asking, do you have any tips for people just starting with lettering?
Yeah.
Do you have videos that cover that? Maybe?
I have some videos
on your
that
YouTube
you can
channel.
check out.
Yeah, so make sure to check Will Paterson on YouTube. He has a very active YouTube channel. This is how I've discovered him actually, just on YouTube.
See the channel. Yeah, go check it out. I've got some tutorials and stuff on there. But a good tip basically is just to keep practicing. The rest is on my YouTube channel that you can find out. But practice is the number one thing. Is create something different every day.
And TT is asking, how do you decide when to use cursive font or serif font or sans serif? Is there any particular pattern you follow?
Yeah, so it depends what you want to do. So this one, Baltimore, is the thing that I wanted everyone to see first in the hierarchy. So I've got Hotel, Baltimore, and then with Paris and stuff like that, that's going to be lower. But the hotel part, if you think of a hotel, you want it to be flash and nice and stuff like that. So that's why hotel was written in a script fashion, and also just to break it up from Baltimore. So the first thing I want people to see is Baltimore. I want them to remember that. The second thing I want them to know is it's a hotel, and the third thing is that there is one in Paris. So that's the idea behind it. It's just all hierarchy and then fitting your work around that. But from a pure lettering thing, size and contrast and stuff plays a huge part in differentiating the words and stuff like that, if you get my drift. There's many different ways and scripts and different things you can use. So I'm going to shove this into Illustrator in a minute, because
And
we're nearly done.
Impossible Girl is asking, when did you start out lettering?
When did I
You
start?
start? Yeah.
About 4 years ago. So I was a designer, and I was just designing, like learning basically by myself. And then I picked up a piece of paper, and I thought it would be cool just to draw out some letters, because I saw people on Instagram doing it and on YouTube. And then I went to Blackpool, and I said I've got nothing to do in Blackpool really, apart from just hang out and stuff with my girlfriend at the time. So I thought, why don't I go ahead and just start drawing it. So I bought a book and I started drawing stuff, and that's basically the way that it worked. I just started drawing it, and I still got that first sketchbook that I bought. It's the work in it's embarrassing, but it's good to know where I came from.
Okay, Will, you have 14 minutes left.
14?
Just saying 40.
Or 40. Well,
40.
that's okay. Most
He's
of the
still
work,
confident. I don't think he will make it.
most of the work is just on here. That's
Yeah. The more you prepare your work on paper or on the iPad, the more
but yeah,
successful you will be.
I think so. It's just it's difficult, because if I wanted to do the vectoring process with the pen tool with this, then it won't make it look the way that I want it to. But obviously I've got to use the pen tool for certain parts of it and different shapes, because I'm going to put shapes on it and stuff. But with lettering, most of it will be, if you're like me anyway, most of it will be on paper. And then you can bring it in and spin out however long you want to, making it look better with colour, and making it look better with some of the stuff in Illustrator.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time when I'm doing logo designs and stuff, it's all about the pen tool really. Just quickly shading this one in. This is the last little bit.
Shakro, you want to watch the stream on your phone? Yes, you can. Just visit Adobe Live in the browser of your smartphone, and you should be able to watch us. We'll be very small.
We'll be on your phone, and we'll be tiny, especially when we've got a small phone.
Hey Tomoyo, thanks for joining. He's using Photoshop Sketch for now, and he will jump into Illustrator CC to create vectors. Now he's just making decisions on the shapes, contrast.
Yeah, I'm just drawing it out. But generally, with lettering, it does just take a long time sometimes.
Yeah, it's a very long process. Everything by hand, takes time.
It's good fun. I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's very therapeutic when I am working. It's therapeutic anyway.
Nikolai is mentioning the ruler, and there is a ruler actually that you can use directly within the app. This is something if you want to draw straight lines, circles, you have tools in Photoshop Sketch to make it happen. Impossible Girl is asking, how do you decide on shades and contrast?
Well, the contrast is just black. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Generally, I wasn't trying to go with anything too different, I just need to change the opacity of this. And what I'm going to do, I'm a bit tingly, is bring it over here into my laptop. If it switches on, because I'm going to just send it straight to Illustrator. Hello. I'll let that connect first.
Okay.
So basically, instead of scanning this like you would with paper, in Adobe Sketch, you can send it straight to Illustrator.
Are you connected to the web here?
I believe so. I'll go check.
Yeah, let's check, because otherwise this won't work.
Yeah.
Okay, this is coming.
Yeah, it's connected. So I'll just have to change this. This is going to be happening.
Yeah, did you send it already?
I haven't sent it yet, but basically when you're in your iPad and stuff,
Yeah, maybe you can just show it. So you do open in, open in Adobe Apps, and then you choose if you want to send it to either Photoshop or Illustrator.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me do this.
I'll just
first.
press Photoshop and
now, yeah, you can send it to,
let's go for
anything you want.
Oh, hang on. I've got no internet on my iPad, so give that a sec. I turned it off for the.
Yeah, you can turn it off. Yeah, and you need Wi-Fi.
No, it should be all there. It's just I stopped connecting it because when I live stream at home,
all
you
don't want to get the notifications.
The messages just come in.
I get it.
Here we go. So there's my screen. Okay, so I'm gonna go here
Again.
and go to Photoshop CC, and it's been sent apparently through the cloud.
See it live. You start getting your notifications.
It'll be funny.
Okay, so let's see what's up. Now it's on the iPad.
Just wait for it.
Spinning. Notifications.
Just a YouTube comments, isn't
Okay,
it?
it says sent now.
It should pop
What's
up.
happening here?
And if all goes well with my laptop, it should pop up.
Come on.
And if not, I'll just put them in my
Yeah.
library
Should
panel.
work. Just make sure you are online. Creative Cloud is syncing. Yeah.
Thinking it's paused.
Syncing is paused.
I paused the syncing earlier.
Big
I just
mistake.
realised. So it should just send.
Yeah.
I hope so. Because I want to start working on it. I've got.
And you can send it to Illustrator too. Where did you send it to?
I sent it to Illustrator. I'll do it again. Just see what happens.
Or send it to Photoshop too. Just to,
And it normally pops up.
yeah.
But because I've been moving my laptop everywhere, different Wi-Fi codes, all sorts of things, it pops up at random points. So it says sent, so it should be on here in a second. I hope, otherwise my Illustrator is all not connected.
Yeah. Check. Yeah, it's still syncing.
Syncing some
A lot of
files.
files.
I'll tell you what. Let's have a look. What I'll do is I'll carry on here for now.
Yeah.
So instead of using the pen tool, what I'll actually do is if I just unplug. Thank you. I'll plug it back in to here. So instead of using the pen tool and Illustrator for now, I will vectorize it later. But I'll just go around it with the eraser and stuff like that. Because all I'm going to do, or what I was basically going to do when it pops up, and it will pop up soon, is live trace it straight from Baltimore, and then you know that hotel bit up here, I was going to use the pen tool on that, which I'll just actually...
And we have good questions from our friends. So we have a Dan who is 20 years old now, and he's working for a design company now, and he wants to start his own business. So he was asking, like, is he too young, or when did you start?
I started when I was 18, 17.
Oh yeah, so
17, 18. So it's not. I don't think you're ever really that young. If you can do something, then do it. It just takes practice, and people aren't the best at the start. It's all about having the idea that you'll keep continually getting better and better. Photoshop's randomly opening now.
Okay.
I've got them. It's because I sent it to Photoshop instead. So
yeah, because we did both, I think.
oh yeah, that'll be why.
No, it's Illustrator now.
It's in both.
No, it's Illustrator.
And Photoshop.
Yeah, it's in both. You send it to both.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, you want to switch back here?
Yeah, let's switch it back.
Okay,
Is that all right?
Let me do this first. Yeah, you can. Yeah, let me do it.
So we're gonna shove it in Illustrator.
Yep.
And in fact, I'll just do something like this. And I'll send another version, but basically I'm going to go around this with a pencil and this one, but all the layers are still there that I created in the actual iPad app. It keeps all your layers and stuff, but there's the actual work I've been working on in good high quality.
So someone was asking, okay, do you need the Wi-Fi? I mean, why should I be connected? So I will explain how it works. So you work with your iPad Pro, okay, or your Android tablet, and then you decide to send it to Photoshop or Illustrator. So you don't have to be connected to work, okay? So it could be at any time you say, now I want to send it, and then you need to be connected. And it will send it to the cloud and save it in your Creative Cloud account. Which is cool, by the way, because you can access all the drawings you make with the mobile apps directly in the browser. You go on adobe.com, you sign in with your Adobe ID, and you can access everything. And then next time you open your desktop and you use the Creative Cloud desktop app, it will notice that, oh, there is a new drawing sent from a device, and it will open Photoshop or Illustrator, depending on which which app you are targeting, and open the drawing. And you kept all the layers and everything, so that's the thing. Now you also have the layers in Illustrator. That's what I see now.
Yeah, so it keeps all your layers
new,
there.
which wasn't the case 1 year ago,
Yeah, I just realised that.
Yeah, that's much better.
I sent another one without the grid at the background, but then I realised, no, I can just turn it off. So here's the thing that I'm going to be live tracing if it works.
Oh, okay.
Normally I would have spent a lot more time on the corners and stuff in the app, but it's okay because we're just going to live trace it and see how it goes. So basically live trace takes away the pen tool and it basically gives you
grid vectors from a black and white.
That's right, you can do it on your phone with Adobe Capture.
Yeah, with Adobe Capture you can do it with your phone too, but then you have a lot of settings. And a lot of users don't know that there are a lot of settings for image trace.
Yeah, there's so many. So you have different presets.
Oh yeah.
So you can create the presets that, what I'm doing now is I'm changing the threshold to make it, thicker is what I say. But to have more of that vintage style, I'm going to keep it quite bold so it's not looking too thin.
And Matthew is asking, have you ever entered a graphic design contest or any kind of design battles? So.
I was never a big fan of contests, like ones that when they say design our logo and
oh yeah, no,
like
we just keep the best logo for our company. I mean, that's the worst.
Yeah, so you want to make sure the person's designing a good logo, hire a team, isn't it? So what I'm doing here is I'm just changing my stroke.
Is Martina in the building?
Martina is in the house.
Okay, Martina is in the house. She will be live with us in 20 minutes. Martina Farr.
And now...
And Martina will use, the big computer, right?
She will be drawing today.
Yeah.
But without computer.
Oh, okay. So she will work on the big illustration then over the 3 days. Nice.
Need to sort this out.
Okay, trying to balance the...
I balance it more when I've got the Paris bit done, but I'm going to create a new artboard. I'm an artboard person. I love them. And then I'm going to take this and drag it over here. So the hotel bit, I'm going to just...
Yes, Junior. Martina is in the house. Yes. And Shibani is asking, what is your usual workflow? When your final sketch is ready on paper, what do you do when you start on paper?
When my final sketch is ready, so I generally just bring it into Illustrator, like with a scanner.
Take a picture or a scanner. And...
Yeah, so this is all the differences with the iPad is that I just press the button to get it to Illustrator, but with a scanner, you just bring it in. And
do you want to move the computer
I'll be alright.
closer? Yeah.
No, I'm alright for now, because I might jump back. So with this, I'm
Do you
just
need a
gonna
mouse or?
Nah, I'll be alright.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna wing it this time, just because we've got like not much time. I want to make sure I get this done.
Really embrace the challenge and just use the trackpad.
That's right. Well, sometimes I'm not too bad with the trackpad. It's just need to make sure I get a black.
So Nate, yeah, so he live traced the Baltimore hotel part,
Yeah.
from the sketch on the iPad. And now for hotel, you will use the pen tool, I guess,
Yeah.
adding some guides.
So I've just added some guides to make sure I'm in the right place for the whole thing. And I've chosen a really thin stroke so I know I'm going correctly. Just copy that one for now.
Nice. Armagan, you want a mirror tool into Photoshop Sketch? Yeah, it's a good idea. I would invite you all, if you have questions about the apps or if you want to provide feedback to the team, to visit the Adobe forums. So on adobe.com there is a forums section, and for each app you have a forum, and all the engineers and the product managers usually they check the forums, so it's also a good opportunity to just give feedback, and suggest new features. Marina is asking, but isn't the point of working on a tablet to avoid the need to live trace? Where it depends on your workflow, Marina, because even if you draw on a tablet, this is still bitmap.
Yeah, so if you want it vectored, and as well as that, vectoring your work gives a different aesthetic to it. It gives very rustic things or things that aren't very supposed to look very clean, look better when they're not, when they're vectored, because it makes the details look sharper. Plus, it's just good practice. I'm just guiding up my words.
Taser is asking how much time Will has.
Can you see how pressured it?
He has about 15 minutes.
Oh, I can do it.
Ah, t'as vu? I'm working on my 15.
Perfect. Because he always says 50.
Oh yeah.
Please 50.
I've got 50 minutes or 15. Hang on, I'm confused now.
15.
I've got 15. All right.
15.
I thought I was like, if I have 15 minutes, we're going to be bored for a lot of that time.
So Yazan is asking, why don't you use the smooth tool in Illustrator? So the smooth tool is great, but be careful because it adds anchor points. So with lettering, you will try, and this is something we'll cover with Martina, maybe not today, but for sure tomorrow, to create really as less points as possible, to have perfect curves, and the smooth tool is great, but it can add for a simple curve where you just need 2 anchor points. It can add 5 or 6, and
Yeah.
be careful. Michelle is asking what music is in the background. Let me check. I will just pretend I know all the songs.
Let me check and look at the.
Oh yeah, it's by Andrew Appleby. It's a musician from Berlin. Andrew
Brilliant.
Appleby. Dan is asking, where do you get your pencil for hand lettering on paper?
I got it off Amazon.com.
Amazon, yeah.
It's
a small website. So I'm sure you will find it.
Yeah. I just got it from there because it's a clutch pencil, which is kind of like a mechanical pencil.
Oh, yeah.
But not. It's
I guess they don't sell it in your town.
They sell it in a town near me, like in any art store. They should have them because like people use them all the time. But it's for like drafting, really. It's to get precision. So I'm just messing around here with this. And then I'm like sort of rushing this, but kind of just creating a monoline thing like I did last time. Tomorrow what I will do is do some brush script and I'll show how I vectorize that sort of stuff, if that's where my inspiration takes me tomorrow. Now I'll just nick this because it looks bad just there.
Okay.
And then wait a sec.
Hillel, Baltimore.
Yeah, I need to get another Adobe print. And then where's the stroke? There we go. And this would be like if you did want to use a smooth tool, you could, but in reality what you want to do is, as Michael said, is find the exact points where the anchor point's supposed to be. Because if you have a look, I'll show you very quickly.
Hey Chris, welcome on Adobe Live, good to see you.
You can see some of my paths. Most of them are horizontal and vertical. Some of them aren't because I cheated a little bit. But you can fit all your paths horizontal and vertical, and that will force you in a position where your anchor points, you make as few anchor points as possible.
We have some people in the chat saying, I guess I don't know how the pen tool works. So it's true that it's weird. This is something we will cover more with Martina, because Martina Floor, maybe not today, but tomorrow. Make sure to come back tomorrow if you don't really master the pen tool. Also, we have Paul Trani on the Creative Cloud channel. He recorded, it was a live stream actually last week on Friday, but now the replay is available on the Creative Cloud channel. And the title is How to Master the Pen Tool in Illustrator. So I think it will help. But when you start, playing with the pen tool, now it's one of my favorite tools. I really enjoy,
It's therapeutic.
Yeah, exactly. It's a cure. So
it's just nice just to go through it because it's just a simple rule, isn't it?
It makes you a nicer person.
I'll never go back to the way I was, Michael.
Oh no,
I'll never go back.
It's a life changer.
So all I'm doing here is I've just selected that, created a copy.
And the rubber band option for the pen tool, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean, like where you can anticipate the path. Yeah, I know that some designers they want to disable it because they are not used to it, but I think it's quite useful actually. Hey, Elsie Finch, good to see you. Yeah, this is some lettering now. Yeah. We are just starting the day with Will Paterson, but we'll be live for 6 more hours.
That's right. I can't believe it's in this start.
And as you are trying to fix that, we will give away a Creative Cloud subscription to someone in the chat.
What?
Yeah, I wanted to. Just wanted to try something new. Okay. So if you want to get a chance to win a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription, which will give you access to all the Creative Cloud apps, and if you're already a Creative Cloud member, it will extend your membership. Okay, it will add 12 months if you don't know how to do the math. And you just need to type a keyword in the chat. Make sure also to subscribe to the YouTube Creative Cloud channel. There is a subscribe button. It will give you 5 times more chances to win. And you need to type a keyword. And okay, let's keep it simple. You need to type lettering. So just type a sentence with lettering, like I love lettering or I hate lettering. But you need to type lettering in the chat, okay? Let's do it. Okay, there is a delay, so let's see if you got it. Yeah, Elizabeth got it. Oh, and Gus. Woo. We have some friends from the Adobe Twitch channel. Cool, thanks for joining, guys.
The Adobe Twitch channel, don't we?
Yeah, we have also an Adobe Twitch channel where we invite artists from the Twitch community, creative people,
right,
to be on the channel. Like, you know, see what I mean? Like
cool.
We let them, like when you stream, you know, on YouTube, on your own, then you would be on Twitch. We would invite you to stream also on the Adobe channel. But
right.
You would do everything. Yeah?
Ah, that's good. It's clever.
Okay, now I have some entries.
Why is this working?
Lettering is relaxing. Yes, it's peaceful. Yes, I agree.
It really
Lettering
is
a word full of letters. Yeah, good point. Is the best therapy. Yeah. We have some good entries. And Rufus, you know, during the 5-minute transition, we need to just take wheel.
What's this?
So you will be in charge of plugging everything, okay? And Martina, she will use the computer, so we just need to...
No.
Ah, yeah, not today, so it's easier. Cool. She needs paper. Yeah. Is this paper? Just in case. Yeah, okay, good.
I'm on
Actually,
the clock.
we have the B. No. Okay, night vote. Pick someone in the chat, please. And the winner of the 1-year Creative Cloud subscription is Matt Fraser. Yeah.
Matt Fraser?
Matt Fraser,
No.
who subscribed to the YouTube channel today. I told you it gives you more chances to win. Congratulations, Matt Fraser. Please contact Rufus on Twitter. Just say hi to Rufus. He's waiting for you. And stay with us. There will be much more giveaways all day. Same tomorrow, same on Thursday. And again, we hope that you enjoy lettering and that you want to start and get inspired by the work of Will today. Make sure to share your art on Twitter, adding the Adobe Live hashtag.
I'm going to keep this one simple because...
It's fine, Will. You have 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Well, I'm nearly done.
Yeah, a little bit less, actually. Sorry.
That's okay.
5.
I forgive you.
Hey, Densky is here.
Hi, Dansky.
Dansky. Thanks for joining. Divya is here. Shirley, Vipul. Cedric, thanks for moderating. Yeah, congratulations, Matt. Yeah, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Creative Cloud one. There is a subscribe button. So first it gives you, yeah, of course, more chances to win, but also you can go in the notification settings on YouTube. So it's a ring bell icon and say, I want to be notified when Adobe goes live. That's the best way to be notified when we will be live streaming. Next time will be in 15 days about Photoshop compositing with the 4 Photoshop masters, Victoria Simmers, Ellis Ropes, Mike Campau, and Corey Barker. Live from San Francisco. Twitter again is just share it on Twitter and add Adobe Live. If you have links to share, use Twitter, please. You cannot post links in the chat. It's too risky. The speaker. Oh my god. Yazan is asking, why don't you use CMYK? So Yazan, you know, we had this discussion many times with Rufus. Like today's printer, you can send RGB, it's more or less the same today.
I did have on CMYK, but we changed it, didn't we? When I
remember?
The glitch, yeah.
It's my fault. We wanted to try something. We wanted to
experiment
to activate the glitch.
That's right. I think that's me nearly done there, Michael.
Yeah.
Maybe.
4 minutes, but look at that. He's already done. So, what would be left? You know, if you have to finalize it.
What would be left?
What would you do?
I would probably go ahead and just make sure this is all straight, a bit more straight, whilst keeping it, and I would probably change the E a little bit.
Okay.
And I'd make these look a bit rough as well. And yeah, I think that's the main like gist of it. But Hotel Barcelona, is it? Yeah, that's just the main gist. That's basically it. That's what I would do. But it's just finalizing little bits, because I could go on forever. But like when you're doing work that has to look messy, there's no real point. But now I could go on forever with it. But it's that's what I would do. And probably I would do some nice flourishes up here. I might come back tomorrow and show it if I've done it back in the hotel room and I've done the flourishes. I might come back and show the flourishes tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. Yeah.
So I'll probably do.
You
some
can show us
flourishes
tomorrow. Yeah, and yeah, that would be awesome. And Shivam. So who's next? So Martina Flor will be next with us. Stay with us on adobelive.com. Okay, it's the best way to follow the show, because we have Will. He will be back tomorrow, same time. So here in Paris, it will be 4 p.m., which is 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. in New York, 3 p.m. in London.
So what's hashtag fix the tea? So I'm just.
Fix the tea. Oh, there is a new fix the tea. What's
wrong with the tea? I'll fix it tonight.
Because the tea is not. Yeah, but it's Naomi. She's too picky.
Oh, no.
You know how she is.
Yeah, there's an actual.
You know how
hashtag.
she is.
I will fix the tea. I'll show you on Instagram later.
The tea. Fix the tea. Oh my god.
Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'll fix the tea.
So yeah, so make sure to follow, by the way, Will on Instagram. It's Willpat. Wilpat.
Yep, that's it.
And also on YouTube. Okay, so just search Will Paterson on YouTube. You will find his channel. You do videos like every week, right?
Yeah, like twice a week most
Twice
of the
a week,
time, yeah.
and including live streams. So yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed this first show. But again, stay with us. Go to adobelive.com if you're watching now on YouTube. This is the best way to find our next live stream, which will be in 5 minutes at the top of the hour with Martina Flor, who is one of the goodest artists, and Matt Fraser. Make sure to contact Rufus D on Twitter. Okay, make sure to contact Rufus. But yeah, thank you, Will.
Thank you very much.
See you tomorrow.
I've loved it.
Good job. Yeah.
See you guys tomorrow.
And yeah, we just switch to the main camera here. Appreciate your nice background. And say goodbye.
Goodbye. Is it off? Goodbye, people.